Dyer, but look, you two boys.
Yes.
Ian is the main event this morning.
Yes!
No, he's not. I'm uncomfortable already.
What?
It's 11 o'clock and Ian is one leg spread away from getting us cancelled this early in the morning.
Listen, I can't
Ian,
make any
right.
promises that we'll all have our job by the
Yo,
time.
no
this
more
show's
shots
done.
today on the gym.
Well, I
Yo,
won't say
keep
this.
keep
Hey,
keep the gym high today.
If you would like me to explain this one for you, this right here is called a kilt. In case you couldn't tell, Scottish accent. American top because I was born in the US and obviously went on to play for the US national team, of course, in the youth levels. However, the kilt is there because the Tyrant Army's in town. And my mum also told me I better wear a kilt today. This clan right here, JD, is called the McLaughlin clan.
You might
all right?
brother.
You don't want to mess with the McLaughlin.
Let's go.
There's many of us in the United States of America right now hunting you down.
Is there any risk of a wardrobe malfunction? Do you have to keep the legs crossed?
Like I said,
Are you talking about my hairy legs or are you?
yeah.
No, I'll keep my legs crossed.
We are one cool breeze away from getting cancelled today.
Get the fan.
Hey, talk quietly then. Talk quietly, all right?
Well, everyone, we are on YouTube today, so you can actually let us know what you think about Ian's outfit of choice in the comments, and we'll get to them later on in the show. But boys, look, we've seen the first two games of the World Cup, biggest World Cup in history, Mexico beating South Africa yesterday. Let's talk about that game first. 3 red cards in that, Marco. I mean, in the last World Cup in 2022, there was only 4, and also in 2018, there was only 4 red cards, so it's nearly exceeded that number. Crazy match.
Yeah, it was absolutely unbelievable. Beautiful opening ceremony from Mexico. Just to start it off, it went exactly how I expected, though, in terms of the result and the performance. South Africa got into this momentum where they give the ball away just a few minutes into the match. All this preparation, all the years of work, they went with a more scared formation, trying to play a back 5, get these wing backs up, not playing their ball players, and it hurt them. And I think it was sad from the South African perspective. We had Mbizo on their show with us, and he said, this is not what we wanted to show to the world. This is not the best of South African football, but on the flip side, Mexico did their job to win 2-0, start off the World Cup like that. Maybe a little bit more to be desired, but so many great storylines as well that we'll talk about with Raul Jimenez and co. So unbelievable opening day. Had a lot of drama.
Ian, what do you think?
Yeah, listen, it's Mexico, right? It's very difficult sometimes for me as a former US captain to speak positive about Mexico or their national team, but I try to do it occasionally when they deserve it. And I thought last night's performance under an immense amount of pressure, obviously expectation comes from the media. Expectation comes from the fans, like no other nation, by the way.
Yep.
This is ridiculous, the pressure that's on these players. And it's not the most talented generational players that they've ever had. So I think that this was a great feeling for them. To get that first victory at the World Cup, opening ceremony, you just had to get the job done more than anything else. The performance in particular, we could talk about a few individuals. Obviously, Quinones stood out to us. I thought he was very, very good, very impactful. Brian Gutierrez, I thought, was excellent in this game. So a number of individuals stood out, but the team collectively just got the job done. And you said you expected a performance like that. I did not expect 3 red cards in the game.
Not the red cards.
That's my kind of game there, Marco.
Not the red cards, but the performance. Also, the way that Mexico allowed themselves to get caught out with that red card was so silly. They were in total control. You're up 2 men. They could have played the ball around and did a lot more. And if they want to progress, if they want to get past the 5th game, which is what every Mexican fan, we had Mexican fans that we were talking to yesterday, it's we always get to this point. How do we overachieve? How do we go even beyond that? They're going to need to be a lot smarter in managing those moments.
Yep.
To me, I thought that the emotional management of the game was really important. What you just spoke about, Ian, is something that I think sometimes goes underneath the radar, especially when you talk about the Mexican community and their heritage, and most importantly, the expectations they put on their national team. Yep. And there was a lot of pressure on them. The national stadium, the energy was high. They knew they were opening up. They knew the world would be watching. The eyes of the world would be mounted down on them. And I was really impressed with not only the way that they managed the game, apart from the red card, of course, which we'll speak about in a second, but also the expectations. And I say this all the time, because sometimes we don't recognise, especially the emotional side of the game, how difficult it is to kind of just go and just to express yourself. And I thought South Africa gave them a leg up naturally because of the mistakes that they were doing. The defensive system, I thought, really fed into what was going to be in the momentum for a lot of that game. But Raul Jimenez, in terms of stepping up in that big moment, scoring his first World Cup goal, and I could see the emotion in him. And you could see that since the passing of his father, everything has been attributed to that. Every celebration, every moment has been high. And that's why I felt like you saw that wave of emotion emotion, because really and truly on his bucket list, not only rejoining Wolves this week, but then scoring a goal in the World Cup in your home nation, you couldn't imagine having a better week
Passing
than that.
of his father most recently, obviously, emotions played into it. I do think that there's a great statistic that comes out for CONCACAF fans out there as well. This is the first time a CONCACAF nation has got that victory on the opening match day. That was hugely important, I think, for this nation, especially when you're hosting a World Cup. You need your best teams to be performing well. Mexico, they've got to step up. That's probably enough positivity for me for Mexico.
No, but he's right, though. He is right, because you want the host to go... I want all three of the hosts to go as far as possible, because it keeps the momentum within the whole tournament.
Careful
the energy.
what you say, JD.
Listen,
they could be facing England and Mexico.
I want everybody to go as far as possible, because it creates a nice energy in terms of when you're enjoying the atmosphere of the World Cup. It keeps the actual home nation engaged. And when the home nation's engaged, I think about... I always think about South Korea. I always think about what they were able to do. I think about France in '98 and what they were able to do. Really, keeping the home nation engaged keeps the tournament at the forefront of everybody's mind.
Yeah. Marco, has your outlook changed on this Mexico side with this win against South Africa, or do you think we need to wait a bit longer going into the tournament?
I think we still need time, because I think the sample size, they showed a lot of good things. Lita's another player that we didn't mention that I thought was fantastic on the night, but I think it also was helped because of South Africa's game plan, and that they had this scared approach, and we don't get a real sample size. I think the match against South Korea is going to be the one that's extremely telling. You mentioned it as well, who they could play. When you do the brackets, let's say Mexico does finish first, they keep that home advantage. They could play against potentially England at the Azteca. That would be really interesting. But I think they have a great mix. There's experience in the guys that we mentioned, but there's also youth and energy. Gilberto Mora as well. There's a lot to be seen, and these are some of the scenes from Nico's.
I heard it in New York. I call people in LA. I heard it everywhere. This energy is indescribable.
That's Mexico, bro.
I'm telling
Mexico,
you,
anywhere you go, you will find their
that
fans
level of passion,
showing
it
crazy
means
passion.
something to them, and that's what I'm talking about. When I say you keep these people engaged, it lifts the whole energy of the whole competition.
It's great when you win, but sometimes it can work against you when you lose or you're not performing well. Let's not forget there were a few boos from their own supporters inside the stadium. Boos, and they're winning, and they've got player advantage. I think the expectation is just so incredibly high that Mexico fans don't just want... I mean, I love to see these scenes, right? Because there's passion there. There's a dream that's within every single one of those individuals, and it's across North America. It's not just in Mexico itself. They believe not only that they can get out of the group stage or win a game in the World Cup, Mexico fans are mad enough in the head to believe that they could potentially win this. Why would you want to take that dream away from them as well? Let them believe, let them enjoy their moment. And as the JD pointed out right there, this is really important, I think, for the whole competition. To make sure the Mexican fans are involved, because they're all across North America. No matter where they play, they will follow, and they'll either boo you or cheer you. That's up to the performance.
They have a great buy-in as well. Like, they're collective. They're self-aware of what they want. Lita, before the match, said, if anyone thinks they could come to the Azteca and beat us, they're going to leave dead. That's their mentality. They're going to be physical. They're going to do everything. So when you have that collective, even if they do face in England, it will not be an easy match for you guys.
Not easy at all.
I'm just looking at a couple of comments in the YouTube. A lot of people are saying I expected South Africa to do way better. So it's hard to judge this Mexican side off what the performance was from the South African side.
They were terrible. I thought the way they set up, Anna, was terrible. I mean, they went with a 5-player backline, 3 in midfield, and then 2 just sort of wandering around. It was a poor approach from a 74-year-old Belgian coach who is apparently celebrated in South Africa, probably not after this performance. And I thought the opening goal in particular, so early, 8 minutes, 32 seconds into a game, you concede a goal in Mexico, very difficult to get back into the game in that way. But I think South Africa let themselves down, trying to play out the back, being too defensive-minded. Tactical approach was really poor.
He said they played well.
Very poor.
Coach, after the match,
I heard
said
that.
they played well.
Absolute head case.
It's game one.
He might be the first one that gets fired in this competition, that boss. I'm throwing it out right now. They might fire him.
Well, everybody. We are going to be shifting gears to the other game now. South Korea were able to beat Czechia 2-1 in the later game yesterday. We are going to be bringing athletic football reporter Jacob Whitehead. Jacob, thanks for joining us today. You were at the game yesterday, and I think on social media we've seen so many South Korean fans. I mean, we've seen videos of them sharing the tequila with everybody. What was it like at the game yesterday in Guadalajara?
Yeah, I mean, did you see the fan being thrown up in the air by Mexican fans? It was ace. And it was really interesting because it was such a heavily Mexican crowd, but with decent pockets of South Korean support, especially, I guess, from across the North American diaspora. I was chatting to a few fans from Toronto who showed up. It was kind of a weird atmosphere there, because as noisy as it was and as much noise as the Korean fans made, there were these huge amounts of empty seats all over the stadium. Like FIFA said, it was only 700 seats. It was far more in reality, possibly up to 4,000 or 5,000. So that did lead to a bit of a sort of odd atmosphere at key points of the game.
Jacob.
Ooh, double whammy. I like that. That was good. That was in sync too.
Yeah, that's right.
So what are we doing?
Go
We're doing
on,
age or
please.
beauty? Which one?
Please.
Oh, I like it. Age and beauty. I see. Jacob, I only have one question for you. I know how passionate, especially the Mexican community, is about their sports. They're definitely passionate when it comes to boxing, definitely passionate when it comes to football. When you talk about expectations, what are the fans' expectations for this team in terms of in this tournament?
For the Mexican team?
Yes, the Mexican team.
It seems to be just to go deep into the knockout stages. I think there's always a home tournament bounce, and this Mexican team, especially after their performance yesterday, has shown that they've got a bit more grit after some tough times in recent years. It's about producing the performances and winning that. Well, they can't win around a 16 game now. It has to be around a 32 game first.
Jacob, I was very impressed with South Korea's performance, the way that they got back into the match. Only the fourth time an Asian team has come back and won in a game. Who do you think could top this group? Because I was impressed with their style of play. You obviously saw the Mexico game as well. And who are some of the other standout performers from this South Korea team besides just Son?
Maybe if we start with the standout performers, I think the key man really was Hwang In-bom, the Feyenoord midfielder, and he was a big injury doubt going into the tournament, and it was really clear why that worry was justified, because he ran the game. He was a dynamo. He was playing passes forward through the line. He was making poor Thomas Souček chase shadows. I think he produced something like sort of 70 or 80 passes, which is the most by a South Korean player at a World Cup since 1966. Really, it was a fantastic performance, and that was shown by his first goal, where he received the ball on the back foot, turned and chipped it over the Czech keeper to really bring them back into the game. And then their winner from Oh Hyung-gyu, that was all Hwang In-bom's work on the right and producing that cross. So, yeah, he was fantastic. And some nice touches as well from Kang In Lee from PSG, as you'd expect.
Yeah, goal and an assist for him in this game was quite spectacular. 73 passes he had, which was excellent. But it was the way he was passing, the way he was moving, but also the way the ball got forward to Sonny. Every single time he touched the ball, albeit his shooting was a little bit off in this game, I heard the South Korean fans go absolutely mad. Was it basically full of South Korean fans in attendance in the stadium? Was it a bit of Czechia supporters? Was it Mexican supporters? I want to sprinkle some positivity, because we hear this negativity about ticket prices, empty seats. I don't want to hear that anymore. I saw a lot of joy from South Korean fans in attendance last night.
The joy was there, and for sure. I mean, it's an incredibly expensive trip for them. I would say it was probably 60% Mexican, 30% from South Korea, and 10% a mix of Czechia and team unidentifiable. A real mix, but yes, I mean, the empty seats are unignorable, and when FIFA are charging such high prices, and this is one of the poorest host cities in the tournament, Guadalajara, and it shows some of the impact of that dynamic pricing they've introduced.
Jacob, I don't know if you can see us in studio. I think you can. Are you able to see Ian's kilt?
Are we going back to the
Just the kilt.
Yes, I can.
What do you think of
piece
it?
of
We've had
clothing.
some comments that people are saying we're only going to accept it because it's the World Cup. Do you like the look of the kilt, Jacob?
Said by an English person.
I like it. It's a shame it's not Buchanan tartan, is what my mum would tell me to say.
There you go.
No, it's certainly it's a fine colour.
Jacob knows
What
his
does that
stuff.
mean? What's Buchanan tartan?
So,
idea.
each family has their own tartan. Buchanan has its own tartan, which is a different pattern. This is McLaughlin, which is my family. So you're supposed to wear your family, as Jacob just pointed out right there. He knows where he comes from.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the World Cup. We get to learn.
Exactly. He knows his stuff. Jacob, thank you very much for joining us. We'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, guys.
See you later. OK, everybody, so Mexico have played their first game. Canada and the US are going to be playing theirs tonight, the other co-host nations. We're going to be discussing the US men's national team versus Paraguay, which is later today at 9 p.m. Do stay with us, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People bleed.
What is happening?
Welcome to the running man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 nations. It's the moment this nation has been waiting for 4 years for. The US men's national team are just 10 hours away from their opening match of the World Cup, starting their journey in Los Angeles against Paraguay today at 9 p.m. Eastern. And everybody, why don't we take a listen to what head coach Mauricio Pochettino had to say on the mentality of this team ahead of their opener.
The player after is tomorrow need to go on the field and feeling a bubble that they need to perform, and for perform is to respect some rules, but also the most important is not to be disconnected with your emotional relationship with the game. And we were talking about that, about that they need to think tomorrow in play like they are a child, no, with not pressure, with not. Responsibility is to play, doing what they need to do and what they know to do.
What do we make of what Poch just said there? He's rocking his new hairstyle. There's been a lot of debate online about it.
You like it?
I like it.
Your algorithm.
Yeah, my timeline doesn't have that debate.
My algorithm is not talking about
Where do you stand?
My algorithm is saying it's this new haircut. I like it.
Yeah. The hair looks good.
Yeah, I think
We just need the football to be good too.
Yeah. What do you make of what he just said there about the mentality of this team?
I think he's breeding confidence into his team. I
Yeah.
think he's trying to tell everybody to embrace the moment and, more importantly, just to enjoy this, because you only get one opportunity, as I said, to be the hosts and also to kickstart your campaign. So I think what I like about Pochettino's approach within this, he kind of recognises he's trying to take the concentration away from the squad and put a lot more pressure in terms of onto who he is and what he's done and what this team is able to achieve as a collective, rather than focusing on certain individuals. So that's the right approach. I think that's definitely the right mechanism and, most importantly, mentality for them to go into it, because if the USA are going to be good, they're going to be good as a collective. They need to be good as a team, as a unit. We need to see a style, we need to see an identity, and most importantly, we need to see them implement who they are across the 90 minutes.
It's such a rare opportunity that these players have gotten. Tony Meola really opened my eyes to this over the last couple months, just building up to this match. It's hard enough to play in a World Cup, but then to play in a World Cup on home soil, there's so much pressure that's added to this. And it's not, I know some people think that the group was easy. There's people that looked at the group, but it's a complicated group. It's not an easy group to go through, especially this first match against Paraguay, where things are looking better for the U.S. in the last friendlies. I think that we could all agree on that. But this Paraguay could also be a tricky team. The way that they are defensively, the way that they be in Brazil, the way they be in Argentina, they punch above their weight, only conceded 10 goals in 18 qualifying matches, second to only Ecuador. So they need to be focused. And I think Pochettino, he understands that, but we need to also see it in the players, because there is this expectation. But once you get into this match, the devil is going to be in the details.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as well as that, Mexico played their game. Canada would have played their game when the US kick off at 9 p.m. Ian, where would you say the vibes are if we put a little vibe meter up? Because it does feel like it's coming together at the right time going into this World Cup.
Tell us, Captain.
I would say that the vibes are incredibly high right now. You've got to be sitting back watching every other nation take place, including Mexico, your rival, have the opening ceremony. You're watching the game, watching them victory. So as far as I'm concerned, I think we're really looking like we believe. I think we're ready to go, and I think we believe. I think inside that camp, there's a unique mentality within this group that they think they're together, and it's them against everybody else. It's them against the media. It's them against sometimes even their own supporters. It's them against everyone else. Maybe Poch has created that, or maybe the group has created that themselves. It's a talented group. Now it's time to perform. You don't think watching the Knicks win it?
Oh, I'm so glad you win it.
The game,
I'm so glad you win it.
Do you not think that watching that game is going to boost that mentality?
All of a sudden, everybody wants the Knicks.
For this game.
Ian Joy has just hit something on the head. When you started doing that soliloquy and you started talking about them against everyone, I started thinking about, you know, that's been the Knicks. They've had to deal with the media
against
talking.
you too. You're not a Knicks fan.
Whoa, chill.
You went against the Knicks.
Don't do that against them.
I remember.
He's
Mr. Netball.
All of a sudden.
But what I will say is they want to definitely use that momentum. That everybody against us can almost galvanize a squad. That can put everybody's mentality in the right place and make you put it up. One time, Jalen Brunson, you know what time it is. I'm there. Yeah? Let's go.
When you do all these basketball quotes, I get lost. Let's see if Tom Bogut agrees with the vibe meter. We're going to be bringing him in right now. He's a friend of the show, but he will be with the Athletic for the entirety of the World Cup following this US men's national team, wherever they'll be playing their games. Tom, do you agree with what Ian's just said there, saying, I believe on the vibe meter? Do you think the vibes are that high in the camp?
You can't ask me a question after talking about the Knicks and expect me to not put it up to JD, my guy. Knicks in 5, baby. Every establishment in Southern California is now a Knicks establishment. That's wherever I go.
Jersey
so we're enjoying that.
Jersey.
Anyway, they're in Brooklyn. Anyway, the vibes, they are indeed good. There's been a relaxation around this team that I think came from the performances against Senegal and Germany. And yes, they lost to Germany, but it was a respectable performance. The game against Senegal, I think, is where a lot of this stems from. And also, we've been talking about the World Cup. We've been building to it. Pochettino himself was saying, yeah, when I took this job a year and a half ago, I was ready for the World Cup, but I needed to understand that the players, they weren't there yet. So that's kind of what he was saying of it was slow, it was disparate, it was guys in, guys out. Now there is no who's going to make the World Cup, what's going to happen. It's we have 26 guys in this locker room on this training field and the support staff and my coaching staff, and that's it. That's all that matters. Pochettino has been very relaxed this week, as has some of the players at training sessions. They're talking about how they can inspire future generations. They're talking about how they want to fight for each other. There is no outside noise for this team, and right now this is a group that's more relaxed than I think I was ready for, and I think that has to do more with confidence than anything else.
Tom, what's the probable 11 looking like in your mind? I know there's still some debate on the goalkeeper potentially, but what do you see?
I think it's going to be the same exact team that played Germany, except Chris Richards in at center back for Miles Robinson. That has been a big question in the Pochettino era. There is no first choice 11. In fact, he pushes back when you even ask about it. He's like, what do you mean A team, B team? It's whoever's here, whoever's on the field, that's my best team. We all know that that's not entirely true. He was saying that sometimes in camps where there was no Pulisic, there was no McKinney. Every best 11 for this national team has those two players in it. Same thing with Chris Richards. But what you guys have on the screen right now, I think that's what we're going to see today. And Balogun is a player that I'm looking forward to. Christian Pulisic, like these are key attacking players, these special attacking players for this team to unlock a defense that's going to want to sit in, that's going to want to frustrate. This is nothing new. This is a team the United States played in November. They beat them. Both teams will have vastly changed 11s. Pulisic wasn't there. Adams wasn't there for that game. So things will be different, but we generally know what both team wants to do.
So, Tom, that's what you've got for your starting 11. But, Ian, you don't agree with that, do you? Because I know you have some things about McKennie.
Yeah, listen, I'm just looking at players who are on the bubble that potentially there could be a surprise decision. I've got this feeling, Tom. I don't know what it is or what I can even explain to think what's in my mind. Most people wouldn't want to go there anyway. But at the same time, Tom, I've got a feeling that there's a surprise decision with this first or second game that everyone's going to say, really? He's made that choice? So if I was to think of one player that potentially has been in and out, not necessarily always been a favourite, I would say Weston is that guy. Now, I want Weston to play, and I think you need him in there. He's a big game player. But I just worry that there's going to be that one decision that Poch is going to make that's going to make us all go, what the hell?
For me, I think that'd be more likely to be Tillman dropping out of the 11. Again, I think what you had on the screen is what it's going to be. It's going to be Tillman holding deeper and McKennie playing further forward, but they'll switch a lot, particularly against a team like Paraguay who want to play in transition. They want to defend deep. I think that the team wants to get more attackers on the field. So maybe against Australia, if there's going to be a big change, and not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but just answering the question that's in front of me, like, Alejandro Zendejas, I think, is going to play a part of this tournament. Maybe not as a starter, or maybe he comes in off the bench and earns some more minutes. But if there's anybody that would drop from the lineup, that'd be a bit of a surprise. I think it'd be Tillman.
But I want to know one thing in terms of with Flo Balogun, because in order for the US to go far, they're going to need to score goals. So is he the person, when you see his identity, his confidence, and where he is right now and fitting in this system, is he the right person to lead this line and get USA as far as they can?
100%. The United States had a center forward problem, and they developed Ricardo Pepi. Ricardo Pepi developed himself. Haji Wright has been really good for Coventry City. There's been some other options, Patrick Ajimon before he got hurt. But the United States went out and they recruited that question, and they solved it with Flo Balogun, a former England Youth International. Obviously was eligible for the United States. It was a really, really big process to get him to commit, to get him to believe in the project. And this is what it was for. And Flo Balogun scores goals in big games. Like, if you look at his list of goals for the United States, it's not like, oh, they played Curacao in the first round of the Gold Cup, or they played whoever it is, right? Whatever minnow you want to say. No, he scores goals against Senegal. He scores goals, I believe, Japan, Ecuador. He scores goals against good teams. That's not a surprise to everybody on this desk. You know how good he is from Monaco. You know how good he is in Ligue 1 in the Champions League. But the World Cup is a beautiful time for either non-soccer fans or casual soccer fans who they know Pulisic maybe. They've probably heard of Weston McKennie. They know the coach. And maybe they've heard of Flo Balogun, but they're going to be paying attention to Flo Balogun for the first time really, really closely at this tournament. And I think that they're going to come away very impressed.
I think that's got to be proved yet, Tommy, though. I don't think that necessarily this is the case that, all right, as you say, he's a big game player. You have to prove it here. Friendly games are one thing. Previous tournaments, we have seen Flo be hot and cold, injured and not. In my personal opinion, he's still got to prove that. And he's got to get that chemistry with the players in midfield as well. So Pulisic's got to build alongside him. Weston's got to know where he's making those runs. It's got to be proven in this tournament, nothing else.
I completely agree. I just have full confidence that he will. Like, I'm projecting forward of what he's going to do. Because, again, if he comes out in the group stage and doesn't score, yeah, it doesn't matter that you scored against Senegal. It doesn't matter that you scored against Ecuador in friendlies. But I truly back him. I was speaking with Tim Ream earlier this week and asked him about Balogun. And he's like, he's the most annoying forward to deal with in camp. And, like, he meant that as a high compliment. He goes, man, like, all of our forwards are really good, but, like, his movement, like, when I'm lining up against him in these little sessions, it's like, God, like, this is going to be a fight. I'm going to have to kick him. I'm going to have to track him. Like, he said it with full love of Flo Balogun. And I think we're going to see that today against Paraguay.
Tom believes.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tom. Great stuff. Excited for this match tonight, and we'll probably be speaking to you throughout the rest of the tournament.
First World Cup game for Tom.
Hey, enjoy, Tommy. You deserve it, bro.
Have fun. Let us know how it is.
Enjoy.
Thank you, everybody.
See
Talk
you
to
later.
you very soon.
What a job he's got, just following the team around.
Awesome.
Not bad.
Doing
Good
some
guy to do it
interviews
too.
every day. Great job. All right, so we're going to be talking about Balogun now, aren't we? Doing some tactical breakdowns. Why don't you show us what you've got, JD?
Let's get into the details. This is my favourite part, right? And I need you to follow me because I am an attention to details type of person. And when I talk about Flo Balogun, I've seen it throughout his whole career from Arsenal all the way through to where he is now and dominating across Europe. And what I love about his movement more than anything else is his link-up play. People don't recognise this part. It's his ability to know exactly where the defender is, pin him in an awkward situation. But look how quickly he is to the release. He gets round round the corner. This is what I want to see from Flo Balogun throughout the rest of this tournament. It's not just the ball round the corner. It's not just the link-up play. It's not being happy with the pass. It's attacking the space. Once you attack that space, especially between what we call the post, you're always going to get goals. This is where Flo Balogun is going to earn his money. And I'm telling people now, he's a lot more composed than people are giving him credit for, especially in between the sticks. I'm looking forward to the celebration. I'm looking forward to the trust. But this is the other part of his game, which he has done from youth level all the way through to the highest level now. It's this arcing run. He lives on the shoulder of defenders. He's quicker than people expect him to be, and then he's clinical in these sort of areas. Left foot, right foot, it doesn't really matter in terms of with Flo Balogun. That's the two ways in which he can be effective. He needs to hold the ball up, allow time in terms of to link up with Pulisic, and of course Tillman or whoever else is going to play in those 10 positions. And then most importantly, needs to score goals. So when he's given that time over the shoulder, trust me, Flo is the man that is going to score 5 or 6 in this tournament. Big statement there.
JD, wearing a Pulisic jersey whilst doing that tactical breakdown.
Thank you very much. I try my best. Check cleared.
We got the connection in English.
Yeah, but look, we've seen in US history, Clint had Landon, didn't he? And do you think this is the closest Pulisic will have to that dynamic with Balogun?
I back JD up. This is one of the most talented players that's played for the US national team. We just need to see it consistently. This could be his tournament. That's what I'm waiting for, and I really hope it's Flo. If it is, the US can go real far in this competition.
OK, then, everybody. Well, it is the World Cup, of course, but club football does go on, and Real Madrid have reappointed Jose Mourinho after 13 years after his first stint with Los Blancos. The boys are going to be talking about how he can right the ship in Madrid after this.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon? When say no, has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into Morning Footy. Of course, the World Cup is at the centre of the footballing world and the universe, but Real Madrid always find a way to turn around and squeeze into a headline or two. So post the election, we can now see that Jose Mourinho has been announced officially as the Real Madrid head coach over the next 3 years, we hope. I'll leave it there. But I want to get an initial reaction from my two co-Ds over here, Marco and Ian. Just knowing now what's arguably the worst kept secret in football, in that he's going to take the hot seat in one of the most pressurised jobs in world football. What do you expect to see an initial reaction in terms of from Real Madrid?
My initial reaction is this is a hint of desperation, bringing back someone who they know has the ability to win trophies. They know has previously had a great deal of success in this game. They know is very good with man management, with player control. But it's a hint of desperation. You just spent 15 million to bring this guy to the football club. A guy who was previous to the football club that won, 3 trophies and no majors? Like, I want to see bigger names. I want to see bigger opportunities for these players to be put under scrutiny. Mourinho's good. He was at least he still is a legend. But at Real Madrid, this Real Madrid, I'm not buying it, JD. I'm just not buying it. I think this has a hint of desperation about it.
Marco, desperation, is that your biggest takeaway?
It's one man's decision. This is Florentino Perez. Florentino Perez said, I am choosing my man this time. The reports, we don't know what's true or not. They say Xabi Alonso was fed to him. Oh, we need a tactician. We need somebody who's going to give us a style of play. When you think about Real Madrid, you think about the Champions League one. Do you really think of a style of play, or do you think of incredible players, individuals? And I think they're trying to say, there's a new sheriff in town. You're going to have to listen to Mourinho now. It's no longer the players are going to run the show. And that's one thing that he does for sure, is he commands a locker room. And
I don't think he can, though. And I'm sorry, I wanted to let you just go, but I can't.
Why?
I don't think he can. You think that Xabi Alonso didn't want to do that? I mean, they brought in a guy. The players essentially brought in a guy called Arbeloa, who's called the Cone. Because he stood there and did nothing and allowed the players
he was never going to be the long-term coach.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you've got Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and so many players who are not even in the team, trying to get into the team. Jude Bellingham, Camavinga, Chalmeni. Then we go to the defensive line. Personalities. They all have egos, huge egos.
No players bigger than Real Madrid, though. And when you have
but they are right now, though.
Yes,
they're trophyless in this last year.
And that's why you get Jose in, because Jose has the backing of the president, and it's no longer that the players can say, oh, we don't want this coach. Otherwise, they'll be the first ones out.
I think it's important to acknowledge one thing, what you both just alluded to there, right? He's going to be judged on what he can bring in terms of trophies, and that's what Real Madrid's whole ethos has been from the beginning of time to where they are right now. So is there a pressure on him to close that gap, especially to Barcelona in La Liga, and deliver a trophy in his first year?
Of course, 100%. He will deliver a trophy. Jose Mourinho will deliver a trophy with this Real Madrid team. Absolutely. He's got incredible players. I know we showed the graphic of his last jobs, and, okay, he hasn't won a league, but you look at those teams, some of them, like I could say Roma, for example, they were never in a fight to win a league. Just winning a conference league, it's still celebrated. He actually got it tattooed on him. And looking at the numbers.
Was he the savior?
I think he could help. He helps close that gap. Absolutely.
I think these players need to be coached. They previously had Xabi Alonso, who was a very good coach, someone who knew and understood the DNA of Real Madrid as a player, knew how to win there as well. And it didn't work out because the player power took over, right? And I think Perez, obviously, you just watched what happened with the presidential elections. Once again, he had a bit of pressure, but also probably knew he was going to win that election because it's favoured. It's sort of leaning in his direction to be successful. So he knew which guy he wanted to bring in, and that was Mourinho. Why? Because of exactly what you're saying. He's a trophy winner, right? He does essentially win trophies. Maybe not always the major trophies, the ones that Real Madrid want, because the one they really want is the Champions League. But the biggest problem I've got, Marco, is the players have huge egos and they're not performing well. Mbappe's numbers are very, very good. Yes, they are statistically good. But is he the Kylian Mbappe that's this world beater that we've previously known? No, he's not. And I don't think he's always happy with the players that are around him. Vinicius Jr. at times is frustrated, I think, with Kylian Mbappe. Then you've got Jude Bellingham, injury concerns, yes, I know, but still frustrated because the players in front of him are not performing. Chemistry's not on right now. So Mourinho has to correct that locker room before he has any chance of winning a trophy at that football club.
You're always going to be judged, no matter who you are, when you're the Real Madrid head coach, of where you win trophies and when you win trophies. So I want to know, in terms of in the comments straight away, do you think that Jose Mourinho will deliver a trophy in his first year, and what trophy it will be as well? Make sure you get involved in the conversation. But the most important thing I want to understand from both of you two, when Jose comes back into this seat and he understands the pressure that goes with it, and of course the expectation to deliver a trophy, is he still the same manager though? Because I look at this guy and I see as someone that's a little bit more relaxed, maybe enjoying things a little bit more. He's far removed from the guy that walked into a press conference 2 decades ago and said, I am the special one. So I want to know now, what Mourinho are we getting in 2026?
I personally think it's a different one. I had the fortune of interviewing him during his time at Roma and hearing the behind the scenes of what was valuable to him. It was going to the youth games. It was finding kids in the youth and trying to bring them up and give them an understanding of what the club meant. He loves to be this father figure for a lot of players. And I think when Real Madrid is at their best, they have a figure like that. They have somebody who's able to manage players and egos more than a tactician, but he has both. And I really don't think this Real Madrid team needs that much. I think they need a little bit more balance in the back. They need some leadership as well in the midfield. They're making moves to do that. And they need somebody who could put players in the right position to succeed. And for me, if it's not Jose, it wasn't Ancelotti, right? Because they got rid of Ancelotti. You moved on for him, who is the perfect Real Madrid manager. It wasn't Xabi Alonso. It wasn't Arbeloa. If it's not Jose Mourinho, then who's it going to be?
Ancelotti won, though, right? Let's not forget
that. Of course,
right?
twice.
Jose knows he's got
two different stints.
He's got to win the Champions League.
This is the most important thing I want people to understand. These are the new additions to the team. Konate, Dumfries, and of course, Bernardo Silva, the newest of everybody with their timeline that went crazy yesterday with his announcement. I look at this and I ask myself, first of all, just initially, Ian, is this enough? Do they need to add more?
Well, listen, first and foremost, they got to get all these deals over the line and make sure that it does work, right? Listen, top-class players. There's no doubt about it. This is some of the world's best players. Konate, I still think, can be a very world-class defender. Wasn't at Liverpool last year. Maybe because of the rumour mill going to Real Madrid, it affected him in some way. Denzel Dumfries is one of the best players I've seen in Italian football for a long time. Such an entertainer, and that's what Real Madrid want. They want entertainers. Sometimes I just think maybe that's the position more than anything else. On that right-hand side, that one player that you can really believe in, I think Denzel Dumfries could be the guy. But centre-back, that right full-back position, and some special player, and if it is Bernardo Silva, then they've just hit the jackpot a little bit. But how will he play? How many games will he play? Is he still got enough to be able to influence? For 20, 30 games he does. Does he for 45, 50? I don't know.
One thing on Dumfries, he leaves a lot to be desired defensively. So similar to Trent, where he's very good attacking, he brings you that width, that space, especially when they play on the counter. He'll be fantastic in doing that. But defensively, he does have a few limitations, but nevertheless, really exciting move. Bernardo Silva is a really interesting one. The whole reports were that he was going to go to Barcelona. Yeah. Now they're saying that Real Madrid have come in, doubled his salary, said you're going to be a starter. They have lacked that leadership, that Kroos, that Modric. Ever since they left, there has been that hole. I still think Bernardo Silva is a fantastic player. He could give you that rhythm. He could help dictate and balance things a lot more than I think we've seen from him in the last season or two.
So I want to bring everybody into the world now of what we're looking at, the projected 11 potentially for Real Madrid next year. Of course, the head coach down here has been announced as well. Looking at this immediately, do you see any weaknesses? The only thing that I would automatically amend, and I could probably imagine the people in the comments are saying the same thing, is Bernardo's game has changed. He's probably not a winger anymore. He's probably now more of a centre midfielder. So if you swapped Bernardo Silva and Valverde and in those two positions, is this enough to compete with the Real Madrid and get Real Madrid back to where they want to be in terms of in the top conversations in the Champions League too?
I mean, you got Rodrigo and Brahim Diaz as well looking at this lineup and not approving of this lineup, but that's for sure. Left full back, I would say Carreras was good, but not good enough. Yeah. They need to be better in that left full back position as well. It's not enough. But the big question to me, JD, more than anything else, is when he won that presidential election, Perez, he said, 150 million we're going to spend and we're going to bring in people, blah, blah, blah. So where's that money? Where's the money? I don't care about any bid. Atleti made fun of Real Madrid with any type of a bid. Real Madrid and Perez have looked so foolish. So unless you actually turn bid...
Maybe it's coming.
But wait, it's coming. I think it turns foolish.
Can I tell you why I feel like it was an actual chess move and the complete opposite of looking foolish? And I want you to switch your executive brain on for a second, because I know that you've worked at every level of football. Did you ever think that Perez was maybe doing the opposite? He actually maybe didn't want Julian Alvarez. This is me throwing something to you. Wait.
They couldn't afford him anyway.
Wait. This is me throwing something to you, because he has Mbappe in that position, right? Who's arguably the best number 9 in world football. Did you ever think that maybe he was doing it to inflate the value of Julian Alvarez to then deflect the rivals that he has to now compete against, who Arsenal have been reported in it, Barcelona have been reported interested in it, and of course Atleti, it causes a natural disturbance. So did you think that maybe it was not a fake bid because the money was definitely submitted or the bid was definitely official, but it was to maybe know that it was going to be rejected to raise the value of Alvarez overall?
It was comedy. I mean, how many politicians do you know tell the truth?
No.
Well, transition that into business is the same. It's exactly the same. It's now happening more and more in our sports. You see it more in Italian football than anywhere else. Talk.
We catch it straight.
Talk.
He's Brazilian. We're not involved this summer.
He's Brazilian today. He's Vinny Jr. today. Look at the guy who went up against Perez. The other guy was about to sign Erling Haaland. Are you kidding me? The guy's got a 10-year contract at Man City.
I would love to know
ridiculous.
from those in the comments. Please let us know whether or not you feel like, first of all, was the bid official in terms of what he did with Julian Alvarez? Is this 11 enough in terms of to do what Real Madrid need them to do? And most importantly, where is Mourinho going to be now he takes the hot seat at Real Madrid? All those questions and more, but we've got more World Cup coming up after the break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into Morning Footy. Let's catch you up with the latest headlines. We're going to start off with some coaching news, and arguably the biggest coaching job in the sport has been filled by one of the biggest names in the game. Real Madrid has hired Jose Mourinho to be their new head coach, bringing back the Portuguese boss for his second stint with the club after previously having served as coach from 2010 to 2013. In other coaching news, French side Auxerre has named Will Still as their new head coach. Sassuolo has hired Alberto Aquilani as their new head coach, and RB Leipzig is reportedly set to hire Martin De Michelis as their new head coach. Diving into some World Cup news now, the latest on the injury front here. One of the heroes of the last World Cup, Emi Martinez, has returned to full training after recovering from the broken finger that he recently suffered. Argentina has added Marcos Senesi to their squad as an injury replacement for Leonardo Baldelli. And Canada head coach Jesse Marsch confirmed that Alphonso Davies will miss Canada's World Cup opener against Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Davies is still recovering from the hamstring injury that he suffered in Bayern Munich's Champions League loss to PSG, and he hasn't played in more than a month. But Marsh did say that Davies is recovering well and could feature against Qatar in Canada's second match. Let's stick with Canada here because the World Cup co-host is set to play their opening match tonight in Toronto against Bosnia as they search for their first World Cup win in the nation's history. That is a challenge that Jesse Marsh is facing as he prepares for his first World Cup as Canada head coach, and he discussed the big stage, what it means for Canada, and the importance of starting well. Take a listen.
I think that there's real excitement behind what this will be. And so for us as a team, we just want to put our best performances together, stay calm, show our quality, our character, show our togetherness. Like in the toughest moments, we want to be at our best. That's our goal. So we know already that Bosnia will be a very tough opponent, will be a physical opponent, a big opponent, and we're going to have to be up for that challenge, but we want to play our football. We want to play our way.
Now, Ian, in the last World Cup, Canada, they felt flat, and in the past year or two, they've definitely had their struggles. So how do you see Jesse Marsh in Canada stepping up for this World Cup, and do you see Jesse being able to get them far and get them their first ever win in this tournament?
Yeah, listen, it's the biggest question, Claudia. How far can they go? What can they do, Canada? Certainly passion comes into play here. And there's nobody better than Jesse Marsh to bring passion inside that locker room. They have to deal with Alphonso Davies' miss. That's a big absence for them. I really do think that's unfortunate for what we've seen with this Canadian national team building up to World Cup. You're playing at home as well in Toronto. It's going to be fantastic. What a great atmosphere. That's a loss, though, because he's their best player, probably the best player that they've ever created. But I do think you need next players to step up, right? Jonathan Davies got to be big. Can Kyle Larin step up and be the man? What can they do in midfield? Can they have Eustáquio be a playmaker? Can it be a creative team? And then fullbacks, of course, Alistair Johnston's had his own injuries at Glasgow Celtic. Can he be the one to step up? And who's going to be that one on the left-hand side? Bombito also injured as well. So who's going to really be that one on that left-hand side that steps up in Alphonso Davies' absence? But to answer your question, I love Jesse Marsh, and I think he can spring a surprise. But be careful not to underestimate this Bosnia-Herzegovina side, because someone knows.
We've learned the hard way.
Yeah, someone has learned the hard way.
Trust me.
You're catching strays. Came in a Brazil top today.
We have got a lot of Canadian fans in the chat. It does seem like this fan base are really wanting to get that first World Cup win, so hopefully they will be able to today. Everybody, we're going to be shifting gears now to Morning Footy Trivia, World Cup edition. So the question is, the USA's last competitive match against Paraguay was a 1-0 win in the 2016 Copa America. Who scored the lone goal in that match? So have a think. We're going to be revealing the answer after this short break. Everybody, do stay with us.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion!
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And and relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount+.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric.
Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount+.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount+.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 nations. Time to revisit that trivia question. So the question was, the USA's last competitive match against Paraguay was a 1-0 win in the 2016 Copa America. Who scored the lone goal in that match? Boys, you got any guesses?
I have one, but
JD, you're looking it up.
No, I'm not
go.
looking up at all.
I
just want to make sure.
I'm going to say Josie Altidore.
That's oh my, look.
I
wait.
just told you that.
You're looking it up on your phone.
I mean,
I didn't, first of all, I didn't
Marco,
look it
you
up,
got any
but
guesses?
that's exactly who I...
Yeah, Josie Altidore, I would have guessed.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're all incorrect. The answer was Clint Dempsey.
Oh, Clint, yeah.
Oh, wow, we
my
should have
God.
guessed that. That was bad.
Of course.
First of all...
I feel like that's a trick question, though.
Yeah.
No.
You don't know me, dog.
Well, talking about Clint Dempsey, everybody, we also have a new documentary on his career. Everybody, take a listen.
I was a kid that shouldn't have made it.
Texas kid on the field.
Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
Dempsey
Had Clint been any different, we wouldn't be here talking about him, talking about the legend that he is, because he would have failed. He had to be himself.
What's he saying?
You don't know where I'm from, dog.
I'm from the oldest town in Texas, Nacogdoches. My mentality is make those play you. Make them play you.
Okay, then, everybody, You Don't Know Where I'm From, Dog is one of the 3 documentaries you can watch on Paramount Plus focused on the biggest names and stories in American soccer. You can also watch Pulisic, the 9-part docuseries giving you a behind-the-scenes look into the life and story of US star Christian Pulisic. And then we also have $1 Billion Goal, a 3-part docuseries focused on the biggest game-changing moment in American soccer history. You can watch all 3 documentaries exclusively on Paramount Plus. So
Where's he from, Hannah?
He's from Nacogdoches, Texas.
It's a really good documentary.
Good accent.
A great documentary.
I stand on it. I stand on it how good that documentary is. I was so impressed. I watched one episode and I was so glued. I watched the whole thing all the way through. It was really good.
The competitive nature in the doc, like just to see the way that he almost created enemies, different little enemies, and where he came from, and playing in the Mexican League. I love seeing the behind the scenes. One of my favorite players for the U.S. national team.
100%.
Sacrifice, isn't it? Sacrifice is amazing to see what people go through, the human aspect of it to become a professional. JD, you know all about it. It's not easy. It's a very difficult world.
Man.
Where he came from, much more difficult as well.
Yeah, the family too.
Yep.
How about the family sacrifice?
Sacrifices.
Yeah. Well, I've done my Texas accent. Do yours now.
Houston, we have a problem.
You just sound like how you normally talk.
Well, I'll be goddamn. How'd I take her to break, will ya?
We're not going to break.
Oh, we're not playing. Carry on, Hannah.
All right, now JD.
JD, go on then.
Tee up on this day. Tee up on this day.
Tee up on this day.
On this day, June 12, 2010, Clint Dempsey scored that goal versus England.
Oh,
yeah. That was good. Let's go, baby. That was good. Let's go, baby. I've been down to San Antonio, Texas. I've been down to San Antonio, Texas. I've seen a thing or two. Let's go.
It's almost too good. They are laughing right now at that accent.
Honestly.
Good job.
I mean, 2010, you must have watched that game, JD.
We're trying to sound old.
The USA, look, even the New York Post put USA wins, even though it was a 1-1 draw. What was it like when you were watching that game? You said you were in a pub, were you?
Oh yeah, it wasn't interesting. Let's say it was a day that I knew that the England team was never going to win that tournament. So it was an interesting.
Took you that long to realize?
Yeah, it took me a long time to realize.
In the pub, exactly how old were you at that time?
Just chill, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop asking questions. You're asking too many questions.
It became a national holiday in Scotland after that result as well, not just the celebrations over here in the USA with USA wins 1-1. fabulous headline. Huh?
Hey, 1 win, 2 draws. USA versus England at the World Cup. You guys never be in America.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a struggle the last World Cup as well. Let's just keep progressing forward.
Okay,
That's why we wear the American shirt, isn't it, Hannah?
Exactly, we're supporting the Americans.
You gotta switch sides.
Yeah, we switch sides.
Okay, then everybody, Brazil are starting their World Cup campaign tomorrow against Morocco. We're going to be talking about that game after this short break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Well, one of the best group stage matches is set for this Saturday. It is Morocco, who are looking to follow up on their last World Cup performance that led them all the way to the semifinals, versus Brazil, who are looking for their 6th World Cup trophy. And the man leading the charge for them, Italian Carlo Ancelotti. And I bring up his nationality, Italian, because no foreign coach has ever won the World Cup trophy.
Oh, I thought you was bringing it up because we have another Italian rocking Brazilian word today. I just
Italy
thought,
might not be in the World Cup, but you got
allegiances.
Carlo Ancelotti leading the charge for Brazil.
They need to get an Italian coach to, come back.
Is this why you got the Brazil jersey?
Part of it. Ancelotti fish you in.
I'm a free agent, so I'm going wherever the party brings me these days, and I'm excited. I think Ancelotti's got so much to bring, and also Ivis brought me this jersey. So
No, you don't have to tell the people that. They don't know that.
What happened?
No, I just
What do
wondered
you
if
got?
you were going to support Bosnia at any point throughout this tournament.
100%. That's coming.
Okay.
Next segment,
Just
you'll
making
see
sure.
why.
Just making
I
sure.
will.
Just making sure.
Jekyll connection.
I heard that. I heard that.
Ian, so clearly, if Carlo Ancelotti can raise a trophy with Brazil, that'll be a feat because of the stat that I just said. But really, how has he already been leaving his mark on this Brazil national team?
Yeah, listen, first time in an incredibly long time that they've actually had a foreign coach in charge of Brazil. And I think the personal connection, the player connection, the management of individuals, these superstars, Vinicius Jr. in particular, of course, I'm talking about. about more than anyone else, because I think that connection is clearly there. They were successful together, but they're getting healthier as well. So that helps Ancelotti be able to implement the way he wants to play. And I think also that passion he brings into it is implemented in the locker room that you don't necessarily see it on the sidelines. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and that's why he's decided to extend his stay, as well as the brilliant Brazilian national team boss. He's got a bit of a problem now. Igor Thiago banging in some goals in the Premier League has put a bit of problem. Endrick going out on loan at Lyon and actually doing well with goals and assists has created a bit of a problem. Who's going to start up top for them? Neymar might not be 100% fit and healthy, but the question I've got more than anything else is that midfield area. Casemiro helps, but he's getting older. Are they that good? And we're about to find out.
Yeah, so many storylines to look out for. You already started talking about Vinny Jr., and that's one thing that you're looking at today, Marco.
100%. Ancelotti is the best man manager in the entire world. That's what he does better than anything else. He still is the tactician. I know people almost take that away from him. JD, don't look at me like that.
I'm just asking a question. That's all.
You didn't say anything. You just
exactly.
looking at him.
I gave him a look.
Okay. It's just a fact that he's the best with players. And can he get the most out of Vinny Jr.? And it feels like there's a lot of pressure on him, of course, to try to lead this Brazilian national team to get back to the best, to seeing that Vinny that's competitive, that has that edge, that could lead him to where they belong. Because it's 24 years they don't win a World Cup, but it's 24 years they've never been to a final. We had the fortune to have Alexander Pato on CBS just a few months ago. I walked around Brooklyn with him, and he said it's the first time that it's not a player that's a superstar of the team. It's the coach. It's Ancelotti that is the focus. So I think that he is perfect. There were question marks coming in about Ancelotti, but he will know exactly which strings to pull.
Didn't Pato name his dog after Ancelotti?
The reverse.
Is that what it was?
The reverse. Ancelotti named his dog Pato.
Oh, I love that little fact.
They love each other. Pato said, he goes, I would pay to play for him again.
Yeah.
So he's got that aura.
I agree. I love it.
JD? Everyone put their glare on JD now because he's been glaring at us all show long.
I just think since we're talking about the managerial side of things, I think the focus for Morocco is also on the managerial. I think we still have our question marks as to their new managerial direction, but this isn't the first time we've seen this Morocco team do this in terms of want to make major managerial changes before a major tournament. And for me, I've never ever questioned their quality. I think over the last 4 years we've seen, especially with their performances in AFCON and of course in the last World Cup and being the furthest African team in terms of going deep into the competition, they've got quality on the field. Their possession, their ability to implement themselves in the game. Hakim Ziyech is always going to be a standout player in whatever he does. And of course, we're always going to have the question marks about, it's not Hakimi's ability, because I think this is the best fullback in world football. I think it's whether or not the fitness and the confidence and the trust in his body into the latter stages. My thing about this now is just the controversy that's been around this Morocco team. It's off the field. It's whether or not they can silence a lot of the noise and handle the new responsibility that's on their shoulders, where they've gone from being the hunter and surprising a lot of teams over the last 4 years to now a lot of teams have preparation for them. They understand what they're going to bring to a game, and they no longer look at them as, oh, maybe they're just good in terms of within their region. No, this is a team that I have been talking about for the last year, and Ian will attest to this, that is good enough to go deep into a competition. It's just whether or not it can all click, because within a competition, you don't just need things to happen on the field, you need harmony and cohesion off of it as well.
Yeah, I can back you up and say that you have been talking a lot about Morocco, and for reasons being that they went deep in the last World Cup. They were probably a little unfortunate. They didn't go even further. In AFCON, they were not at their best, though. I will say this. They got to a final. They were the host nation. They were not at their best. A lot of disruption between coach and obviously players. Now you mentioned the change. I think that AFCON is still there just sort of poking at them a little bit, that they've got a point to prove to the rest of the world, Senegal included, and the rest of the world, but they mean business.
They did not win. They did not win.
That's the biggest
Your name might be in history books
right now,
but we know what we saw.
Listen, at the end of the day, you're going to have a superstar step up. I don't know who that's going to be for Morocco, but for Brazil, there's one or two that really steps up to me, and it's probably the unlikeliest subject. It's going to be Endrick for me. That's the one that I think we're talking about more than anyone else from this Brazilian competition, and including this first game against Morocco. This is a cup final for Brazil. They lose this game, it's a nightmare for them. An absolute nightmare, because you've then got to go up against Haiti, who'll be absolutely fighting and scrapping and making everything difficult for you. Then you've got Scotland, which is even more difficult to take on. I just think that you need superstars to step up. And if it's not Igor Thiago, and it looks like it's not going to be him, because I didn't think he was very good in the last tune-in final friendly game against Egypt. I thought Endrick was superb when he came off the bench. That move to Lyon changed his whole dynamic. Brought a smile back to his face, managed to get himself 8 goals, 8 assists for a kid who's still a teenager. They're waiting, Brazil. Ancelotti's waiting for someone to be the hero, someone to celebrate. And the FIFA World Cup is their stage. Let's not forget that.
Do you think that in the absence of potentially Neymar, because of injury concerns, they're saying that he might not be available, do you think Endrick can be the guy to step up?
So I actually have a different perspective on how I look at Brazil, and I don't just think it's a now thing. I actually think there's a word in sport that we kind of like gloss over sometimes and don't really define well, but it's aura. And since they lost 7-1, I've never really looked at their aura ever the same, ever again. Like, and I feel like the Brazil that I grew up with, especially the turn of the end of the 90s and going into 2000s, that would have never happened to them. They would have never. There's a reason why he has 5 stars on his chest, because they know they've been the gold standard for a long period of time.
Happened in 98.
It did. And there's a question mark around it, but there was still the gloss of, hey, it's a final. Anything can happen. Zidane can turn up in any one moment. But the aura in terms of what I saw in that game, I almost feel like the life was sucked out of their federation for half a minute. And I feel like they've had to kind of resurge themselves. Now, I look at this and I think to myself, the question that we've always had about this team is, who's the star? Who's the person that makes you feel to yourself, I want to buy the Brazilian number 10?
Vini, Rafinha.
There's a lot of stars there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But is there a superstar?
But is there a superstar? I'm talking about, we grew up in a Rivaldo, Romario, Ronaldo. Like, we grew up in a completely different Ronaldinho.
But it's different. It's a different Brazil. Like, for me, when we used to play Brazil, you almost lost before you even stepped on the pitch. You would say, oh, okay, today we have to look at the next game. Now there is hope for Morocco. You could see where they have to. So they need to be even better as a unit. You mentioned the midfield, right, Ian? And I agree with you. I'm also looking at the fullbacks. Guys, Alexandro and Danilo, that's scary. I watched them in Serie A for a long time. This is years ago. And they're still the starting fullbacks. So I have fantastic Marquinhos and Gabriel, starters in the Champions League final. Amazing. Alisson, even though we don't know about him, his best fitness or whatever.
To your point, Marco,
it has to be a collective.
That's why Ancelotti's there, right? Yeah. To exactly what you just said. That's why Ancelotti's there. Sorry to interrupt you, but to prove you right, they're not world class. There are stars there, but they're not superstars. So you need collectively to be a team, to be a unit. And Ancelotti does have that man management skill to be able to make them believe that, OK, we may not have the individuals, but collectively as a team and with this support, they can still be the best team at this World Cup.
So then real quick on Morocco's side of things, because we are saying that there are some weaknesses in Brazil. How can Morocco hurt this Brazil side and get the win in this game?
Class team.
Number 10, Brahim Diaz step into the fold, because we've been looking at it, and forget the Paninka in terms of to mess up what was an AFCON, an opportunity for you to put yourself into the history books. I'm talking about that whole right-hand side. Which right-hand side do I prefer? Do I prefer Brahim Diaz and Hakimi, or do I prefer Vini Jr. and Alexandro on the left? I know which side I'm preferring. I know which side who I feel like will win that battle. And really and truly, it's about the individual battles. You start pinpointing and take the aura again out of it. It's not Brazil. You start thinking about the individual assignments. There's not many players there where I feel to myself that, oh, it's a landslide for Brazil. Yeah. A couple of them are like, yeah, OK, Rafinha definitely is a magic player. I mean, Bruno Guimaraes is another magic player. But some of these players are really good players and playing at high levels for their club.
By the way,
they showcase what they can do.
There's another 11 who are almost as good as this on the bench.
Facts.
They're deep.
They're very deep.
And then there's another 20 who are coming through the ranks, waiting to get in. I mean, they have done so well with the generational growth
100%.
Of young players coming through that they're in a golden generation, but there's another decade or two still coming for this Morocco national team. But they need to do something, right? They need to achieve something real special. I thought the last World Cup was pretty special for them. But, like, what's next? You got to be better than that, right?
Absolutely. The Federation deserves so much credit for the infrastructure, what they did to invest. They got into this moment. My big thing is, you're not the surprise anymore. Yeah. Morocco's on the lips of everyone in the world. They have big expectations. How do they handle that?
Yeah, well, you guys let us know. That's the big question. Let us know what you guys are thinking.
Give me a kilt. I'll support you.
But how about we take a look at some of the comments? Because, Ian, you're getting a lot of love in the comment section today on YouTube. That U.S. kit Ian has is fire.
Oh, about the kit.
Fire.
About the kit, not the kilt.
No, that's good. I think we got some comments about the kilt. Explain it real quick.
So I was captain of the U.S. U18s, and we were lucky enough to go to the World Youth Olympic Games in Russia, in Moscow. And this was my jersey. We got knocked out in the group stage, unfortunately, but at the same time, it was a great occasion.
So you wore this, actually, this is
a 90s jersey, yep. So those legends out there and the legends you see on our network, they were the ones.
First of all, shout out to my boy for still being able to fit into that.
Yeah, pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, they were baggy back then.
Yeah, they were. Putting you out of corner would have been easy work.
Listen, our CBS Sports betting analyst, John Buckets-Eimer, is also in the comments. He said, this Ian guy seems pretty Smart. How about that? And Buckets, we got Buckets joining us here, who's wearing his USA kit. Really, you're kind of like the odd one out here with the Brazil kit, but that's okay. That's okay. Buckets, what bets do you have for us today?
You got 2 bets for everyone, but speaking of aura, JD, how do you not look at Ian? He just exudes aura right now. If I saw him on the pitch dressed up like that, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not even playing. You guys win. Have a good time. So, Ian, well done everyone there. 2 bets for everyone, and we're going to start with the team that I think is going to win the game, but more importantly, that I think is going to score goals. I do not want to be the team that has to face Carlo Ancelotti right now. I just don't. You guys are talking about the weaknesses that Brazil has. I will acknowledge those, but Ancelotti is the perfect guy to turn this around. And when you're looking at this Morocco team who has been this defensive titan for so long, they're still missing some big names. No Naya Fagerd, no Abdi Azazuli. They're missing some big pieces to their defensive puzzle. And I'm expecting Ancelotti to have players like Vinicius Jr., like Endrick, like Rafinha, to put their foot on the gas for 90 minutes and not just win this game, but make it a big statement piece. So I'm going with Brazil over 1.5 team total at -110. This means I need Brazil to score 2 or more goals here, and the books think that won't happen. They think this is going to be cagey, low scoring, 0-0, 1-0 kind of game, but I got to disagree with them because I think Brazil is going to put it together just in time to win this first matchup. And then bet number 2. If I think Brazil are going to score 2 goals in this game, I got to pick a player that I think will contribute to those goals. You guys talked about the projected lineups. You always want to wait for the official lineups before betting, but I'm betting on Rafinha to score or assist. We're getting plus money here at +120. All eyes are on Vinicius Jr., and I can appreciate that, and I can respect that. But Rafinha, even when he's injured and having a bad season, he still contributed to 28 goal contributions in this past season with Barcelona. And the season before that, guys, I'm bad at math, but 34 goals plus 22 assists, that seems like a pretty big number in a single season. I'm expecting Rafinha to have a big impact for this team, and I love that I'm getting that at plus odds, guys.
Love that.
Not bad.
Yeah? We like it?
Plus odds?
Rafinha plus odds is very good.
Golf clap.
Good find, Buckets.
Give him a loud clap. He was in the
We just
comment
need better
section
opinions, that's
with
it.
the kilt. Buckets.
Stay out of comments,
we
Buckets.
appreciate it.
Oh, hey, Faiza, easy. Be careful.
This close.
Kids watching.
I went this close.
We'll be back with more on the other side of this quick break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy. 48 nations, so 2 other host nations are starting their World Cup today. Canada is looking for its first ever win in a men's World Cup match when they take on Bosnia and Herzegovina. Then the one this nation has all been waiting for, the United States versus Paraguay in LA later tonight. Then on Saturday, tomorrow, Qatar and Switzerland will be facing each other in San Francisco on the West Coast. And then on the East Coast, Group C, they're going to be starting their campaign with Brazil versus Morocco and Haiti versus Scotland. OK then, everybody, it's time for our Geico Feel Good moment, presented by Geico. The Haiti fans are feeling good, Ian. I know you don't want to see this because they're up against Scotland, but they're playing in the second ever World Cup, the first one since 1974.
Can I get a Haiti jersey?
Wow. Come on, man. I've already got one lined up.
Give it to me.
You need to start watching the channel, bro. We've had some Scotland one.
I asked for a jersey yesterday.
I'm ready.
Haitian fans are incredible. And for them to qualify for the World Cup in such a long period of time, what they are doing for the people of their country, you need to remember the human aspect of this. This is pride. This is a moment of celebration. And these scenes, I am not surprised. I can't even begin to imagine what I will be seeing in attendance at the game.
Oh, you're going to that game?
Caught up with 2 members of their squad during this period. Like, both the energy and the vibes, and as Ian just alluded to, right, just the pride that they have in what they're able to do to connect what's happening in their country to a little bit of joy right now and keep their focus on things that are positive. Is just second to none, man. I've already told people I'm Haitian during this World Cup now.
Yeah.
I'm representing, even though I'm wearing USA today. But
might go further than England.
They might go further than England, and I would be happy to see it. Me too. Just like you.
Ian, you're going to the game?
I shall be at the game tomorrow, yes.
Awesome.
I'm taking my whole family.
You wearing the kilt?
My eldest daughter is over. I shall be wearing the kilt. My eldest daughter is over with her boyfriend. I have my nephew over with his
boyfriend getting a shout out as well.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. Family, you know this. This is
Family's
what football's all about, right? And this is what the World Cup's all about, bringing people together. And I may have spent way too much money on tickets, Hannah, to be able to attend that game, but I'm proud to bring the whole family together and enjoy the moment, because memories like this are priceless.
Yes, exactly. Yesterday, Thierry said he could see Haiti upset Scotland. How do you feel about that?
He's clearly not been watching Scotland enough, Thierry. As much as I love Thierry Henry, I think Scotland will manage to change his mind tomorrow. By the end of the game, he'll see a different performance. OK, then, everyone. Well, it is our feel-good segment, so we're going to be talking about the storylines we're looking at going into this World Cup that will be having us feeling good. So, Marco, why don't you get us started? What's your storyline?
All jokes aside, I am genuinely excited to see Bosnia in this World Cup. And I want to see if the fairy tale can continue. I hate that it had to happen, of course, against Italy, but the way that they play is the essence of football. They play with so much pride, so much heart, hunger, something that's beyond just the football on the pitch. They play for their country. I think a lot of teams can learn by the way they play, but they're also electric. They have some incredible players. Alija Begovic tore us apart. His 1v1 ability was incredible. In the back, Muharemovic has been putting in top performances. He's going to become a really big defender. And then, of course, they have the big man, Edin Dzeko, up top at 40 years old. Coming into this World Cup is just amazing. They're all playing for him. They leaned into their diaspora. They have 15 players who were not born in Bosnia, so they've been really smart with how they built their squad. And genuinely, they play football the way that it's meant to be played. So we underestimated them, and I'm telling you, Canada, all the other teams in their group, do not underestimate them. They play really good football.
Do you know, if you go to St. Louis right now, it's actually turned into Bosnia. They have an incredible population of Bosnians in the St. Louis area. They played a friendly game there, and it was spectacular.
That's awesome.
Barakterovic, remember the name?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, of course. And the American should have been suiting up for the American national team, decided to change allegiances, so...
Made a good decision. Kolasinac, they have a really, really good team. Again, this opening game against Canada can be difficult because of the home crowd advantage. Jesse Marsh teams like to press, but they hit out really well on the counter. They're not scared to play Route 1 football as well. The cross is in the box. I think I did more research than Gattuso on this match. I'm telling you, they're really difficult.
Yeah, it's their second ever World Cup for Bosnia and
All they did was cross the ball. We couldn't make one header. Anyway.
All right then, Ian, what's your feel-good story?
Yeah, I'm turning it to a more emotional one. And, of course, football brings the human aspect out of all of us, I think, as fans, media members, and, of course, the players and coaches and everyone involved in football. And there are two brothers going into this competition, Harry and John Suter. Will be playing for different nations. Harry will be representing Australia. John will be suiting out for Scotland. Both very high pedigree players. But the story behind them as a family, back in 2018, they lost their brother Aaron, unfortunately, to cancer. And the story goes that the brothers actually became closer because of the loss of their brother Aaron. They got tattoos together, they're speaking more on the phone, the family's more united together, and it was the brother Aaron's dream to be able to watch their elder brothers perform at the highest level. And now we'll finally see John be able to do that for Scotland, but to see both brothers for that family must be a special occasion. And I can only begin to imagine what they must be feeling going into this moment, just feeling that maybe their brother's a part of this as well. So feel-good factor, the human aspect of life. Football brings you together, but we must not forget where people come from.
Yeah.
Well said.
Oh, that's a really lovely story. I love that one, Ian. Also for their parents as well, having to go to both of the games and try and split it equally, I can imagine.
I don't know. Double jersey, right?
Yeah, I know, the double jersey. If they played against each other.
Kilt on the bottom and then jersey on top.
Kilt on the bottom, Australian jersey on the
Boomerang up here, kangaroo behind you.
Oh, that's a lovely one. I really enjoyed that one. Okay, JD, what have you got?
Well, Marco spoke about his pain, obviously, from an Italian perspective. I think Ian was beautiful in terms of talking about the family aspect. I'm going to go for just pure joy, right? Which is I'm enjoying watching these fans. Finally, as Ian alluded to about an hour ago, right? We're not having the conversation around all of the negative stuff. Finally, the world is getting to understand what the World Cup is truly about. It's a celebration of culture. It's a celebration of unity. And, of course, there's football involved, too. But what I love about Algeria more than anything is they haven't just incorporated the football. They've incorporated the family feel by allowing kids to come and integrate with them in their KC training camp and go and have an opportunity to play with the players, and that experience is a once-in-a-lifetime sort of thing. And I love the fact that Riyad Mahrez is respecting and understanding that he has such a huge platform and he's giving back. When you give back, people want to turn around and appreciate you. And this is what I'm talking about when I say what the World Cup is really about. It's an exchange of energy. It's an exchange of cultures, and it's an exchange of, hey, this is how we do things over here, and this is what we would love to turn around and do with you. And that appreciation, that unity I'm seeing between not only just the Algerians, but when I see the Haitians or I see the South Korean fans taking tequila shots, all of it kind of coming together for me is everything that I love. Like, one of my favorite times of the year, it doesn't matter which part of the year it is Carnival. And you can go anywhere in the world because it's a celebration of different diasporas coming together and celebrating in one moment. Like, that's what the World Cup feels like, but you squeeze football into it, and now all of a sudden my love goes to another level. So watching things like this just bring a smile to my face. Like, I'm recognizing that these are memories that these kids will hold on to forever. Now, I probably would have nutmegged that kid just for trying to tackle me, but the game is the game, right? And that's the whole point. You have to respect it, right? There's no easy touches in football whatsoever, but I'm loving the fact that these are lifelong memories that Ian was just talking about, that these kids will be able to turn around and be inspired by, they'll hold on to, and most importantly, they'll be able to talk about it, which grows the love for football in this region and in this part of the world. And also, I know the next clip that's coming, if you realise, there's a couple of Algerians that actually have decent jump shots. Well, I saw them playing basketball, which again, what I'm talking about, the exchange of culture. And when you see them, especially some of these guys, I'm like, okay, some people could suit up for the NBA or maybe a little bit of a smaller G League. Look, this is what it's about. Like, if anyone wants an example of what the World Cup's about, first of all, that's a decent jumper. But if anyone wants an example of what the World Cup's about, this is it. Come into a home nation and appreciating what makes that home nation so special. Now, sports entertainment has always been the heartbeat here in America. And when I'm seeing the Algerians pour into their culture and you're seeing the response come back, that's everything right there. That is the essence of why this is the most special 4 or 5 weeks of our lives.
We lose sight of that, too. Like, we so focus on the winners, who's going to win the World Cup, but we forget that this is what it really is all about. It's sharing the culture, it's the embracing, it's the stories. So I love that.
Yeah.
What was yours, Han?
OK, so my one was Yuto Nagatomo, Japan's football player. He's going to his 5th World Cup. And he came out and said he was flirting with the idea of retiring after the 22 World Cup, and he said that final between France and Argentina kind of reignited that in him. And he's the only Japan player to ever do that. I think it's a huge milestone for him, the whole nation. And you've got to love Japan, don't you? You can't not root for them. They're so respectful. I really enjoy watching them play. And I think they've got a good chance this year at going far in the tournament. 2018, 22, they got into the round of 16 and they fielded a great squad this year. They've got a bit of youth, a bit of experience.
They could win the group, Hannah.
Yeah.
That's how good they are. I'm actually going to their game against Sweden in Dallas. I'm really looking forward to that game, to watch them perform. And again, like to JD's point and your point as well, it's about those historic moments for players who are creating history and personal history, but also World Cup history. But to JD's point, that's so important. You see and hear so many negative stories into every single World Cup. We've tried not to do that as a network. We've tried to be positive going into this World Cup, which is hugely important. Of course we are. We're a bit biased. It's here. It's our World Cup. But I do think it's important to remember that this is a magical moment and we should celebrate every single aspect. And what we're doing right now, even our network, we're changing generations. That's what we're doing. It's massive.
OK, then, everybody. Some really good, feel-good moments. Love that segment. Talking about celebrating, we are going to be celebrating with Nico. Look at him. He's on his coast-to-coast journey. We're going to be checking in with him after this break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. They're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into Morning Footy, 48 Nations. Everybody, Nico Cantor is officially on his journey from travelling coast to coast for this World Cup. Nico, lovely to see you. You're a couple of days in now. How's it all going? You getting some sleep in that RV behind you?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Listen, I don't even know if it's day 2, if it's day 3, but we're ready to go for the U.S. men's national team. Not sleeping in the RV yet, but tomorrow we do kick off 5 a.m. because we're making our way up the West Coast. But before we can even think of moving long-term in this RV, there's something on our docket sheet today, and that is U.S. men's national team's debut at the World Cup. I've been talking to friends, and we've been dreaming about this moment for so many years. A lot of these guys, they were making these leaps and bounds, going to Europe and whatnot, and we were talking about what they would look like when the World Cup comes to our soil, the golden generation. This is their moment, and we are finally here.
Nico, going back to yesterday, we had you on our air. You were drinking with the Mexican fans. You had a drink. Then I saw you last night cheerleading with the Korean fans. Which atmosphere was better?
I don't know, bro. Yesterday was quintessential LA. The Mexican fans, the Korean fans, the two largest immigrant communities in LA. And not only that, I even met some Mexican Koreans along the way. They were talking about bulgogi tacos. Do you understand what that is? It's the Korean bulgogi meat put into a taco. Like, there is a revolution of culture here in LA. And being with the Korean fans, you can see them right there. It was awesome. And also with the Mexico fans earlier in the day, I think this is what this journey is going to give us. It's a lot of the cultures that are here in the United States. We're going to get to see how vibrant they are, how they are on display, especially at a World Cup. I think a World Cup always heightens these cultural elements to our country. And I'm so excited for what's to come today between USA and Paraguay.
Hey, Nico, we just saw the Mexican fans right there, and a great moment for you personally to be in and around that area with so many Mexican supporters. We know how religious they are, similar to the Argentinians. Any crazy stories coming out of what you were witnessing last night? Has anybody said anything to you, given something to you, made you drink something that's made you sound like you're a frog this morning?
Yeah, listen, man, I had to drink micheladas yesterday. I was eating all sorts of things in Koreatown. We tried a Korean hot dog. It was awesome. Yesterday with the Korean fans, it was great. There was an animator that was there, like, kind of just like cheering on, like starting all the Korean songs. And at one point, like during the goal, he hugged me. We rode out throughout the stage celebrating the goal. It was awesome to see. And I think this trip is it's a little bit what this is about, right? Connecting with the fans, connecting with the people here in the US. Not so much crazy stuff yet, but what I do tell you is that what I can tell you is that people are recognizing us and our journey throughout the US. They're so excited for us, and this is only leg one.
Nico, you know I'm always going to talk about your attire. I like the 94 throwback jacket on your chest. It looks like it's a Tony special. Take me in terms of, you just spoke about the memories, right? And what it means in terms of between you and your friends. So just take me in terms of what that means and why you decided to put that on today as well.
Yeah, listen, this is the 94 jacket. And the last time that the World Cup was here on American soil, I was not even a year, right? So fast forward 32 years on, and we are at another transformational moment for the sport in this country. Think about what went on in 94. We didn't even have a league. The foundations that it set for this sport to change in the US. Now we have a very robust league with several divisions on top of that. And I feel like we have arrived at the moment that we've been talking about for so long, JD, and I can't wait to see what comes from this. I do think, though, a very important part in the foundation being set in 94 is the U.S. men's national team performing well. They got out of a very difficult group. They went toe-to-toe with Brazil in the knockout stage, where Brazil ended up winning the World Cup. So think about in 2026, yes, I get that the World Cup is here and whatnot, and it's going to change the sport. It can change the sport, but the U.S. men's national team performing, winning a knockout stage game or two would really help push this game forward in this country. And we might not get our answer by the end of the World Cup final. We might have our answer 4 or 5 years down the line when we see a kid being inspired from this World Cup final, finally like making it in a top flight squad, and then, you know, maybe he's our next Pulisic. But I definitely know that today marks the start of something that can be set in motion that will be paying dividends years and years down the line.
Yeah. Nico, you're on the West Coast in California where the game is being played. What's your schedule like for the rest of the day leading up to the game? Are you going to be spending any time with any US fans?
Yeah, so we're going to the U.S. Soccer House right now, like in 20 minutes. It's kind of like a little home that they've got set up on Santa Monica Beach with a lot of history of U.S. soccer, getting the fans involved. And then we got to make our way over to the stadium. Guys, LA's like the worst traffic in the entire country. I think worse than New York. So we got to be there early, talking to a bunch of fans. It's going to be awesome. People are going to be super hyped. I heard it's sold out, of course. So, yeah, we just got to make our way over. That game's at 6. Maybe catch the Canada-Bosnia game today. So there's a lot on our agenda. Today's actually less packed than what we did yesterday, but still a lot to do.
Nico, how many glizzies have you had so far?
Oh, I know.
How's this countdown going?
Gosh, we go back to glizzies.
Glizzies, bro. Are glizzies exclusively to New York, or are glizzies all the U.S.?
You tell me.
And then it just depends what you put on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if yesterday, what I had yesterday was considered a glizzy, but it was a Korean-style hot dog. I'm having a hot dog in every city that we're going to, and then we're rating it. Yesterday was all right. I give it a 7 out of 10. We'll see what the rest of America has in store. I think we could do better than what I did yesterday.
So only one so far.
Nico, I'm hearing from the control room you've got a special guest coming to the US Soccer House with you. Can you reveal who's coming with you yet or not yet?
Do we have a special guest coming to the U.S. Soccer House? I am not aware. So maybe if you guys want to ruin a surprise, tell me who's coming to the U.S. Soccer House.
I think, are we going to reveal it now? Are we here?
Well, we're here now.
You're the host.
All right,
You're the
okay.
host. You decide.
Well, I've been told to reveal it to you. A special guest, Johnny Knoxville's coming with you.
Ah, very cool. Did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Jackass,
Listen,
baby.
Nico, they're actually finishing off the final part of their movie, and they want you to act a few stunts out. So if it's possible, I know you're not feeling too great this morning, but if it's possible you could take part of a few stunts, that would be great.
I know who Johnny Knoxville is. Surely you do.
Hannah, you were born yesterday. You don't know who Johnny Knoxville is.
I do know who Johnny Knoxville is. But that's
Who's Johnny Knoxville?
He's from Jackass. They do like crazy stunts.
You don't know who Johnny Knoxville is, bro?
All right. Different algorithms.
All right.
Hi, I'm Nico Cantor, and welcome to Jackass. Come on, bro.
Nico, you're going to have to do something, and whatever you do, maybe USA could win.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, what would I do in Jackass for the U.S. to get to the semifinal of the World Cup? I'll have to think about that. I feel like I need to. I'm not going to be on Jackass. I just got to be very protected. Marco's laughing because he knows.
All right, then, Nico. Thank you very much. Enjoy Jimmy, enjoy the Soccer House, and enjoy the game. We'll see you later. Everybody, you can follow Nico's journey on his Instagram, Nico Cantor1, and also the CBS Sports Golazo Instagram. Everybody, we're going to be taking a quick break here on Morning Footy, though. We've got much more on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days, but the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
I look crazy. It's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount+.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount+.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount+.
Welcome back into Morning Footy, 48 nations. So everybody, it's time for Whiteboard Friday. So this is normally called Whiteboard Wednesday, but we didn't have time to do it on Wednesday, didn't have time to do it on Thursday. So we're doing it on Friday, rebranding it. So I'm just going to ask a simple question to the boys. They've got their whiteboards, their pens, and they're going to be revealing their answer on their whiteboard. So the first one is, which national anthem gets you the most hyped? And it can't be your own.
I can't be my own?
No, it can't be your own.
Oh, geez, the Antigua
Otherwise, we know
national
what it'd
anthem.
be. Shall I go first?
Yes, you go first.
Took me all break to draw this. The 5 stars, like my jersey, Brazil. Every time they sing it, there's just so much passion, so much heart. Eyes are closed. I think of David Luiz screaming and going crazy. And then the beautiful thing is, after there's a viral video where the fans around the stadium sing the second verse of the anthem after the players.
You know,
I actually got one.
I love that when the atmosphere just takes over, right?
Yeah.
And they start singing it. I was in Brazil when they did the national anthem and then got absolutely hammered by Germany. The anthem was amazing, but it didn't inspire the performance. It is a brilliant anthem, though.
Yeah, great anthem. Not a great drawing, though.
I've got one.
This stars?
So creative.
I've got one.
I'm not good at
Go on, Ninny, enjoy. Go and enjoy.
Well, seeing as I was born in San Diego, California, in case you couldn't tell by the accent, go on, Scotland!
You can't choose your own.
It's not my own. I'm born in.
Did you not hear the context? He said I was born in San Diego.
Yeah, I know, but...
So, therefore,
about your
I will
accent?
take my mother's country, Scotland, and I will say, oh, for Scotland.
He's saying he's not Scottish, but he's wearing a kilt.
And he's got a Scottish accent.
And he's got a Scottish accent.
Oh, sorry, let's take it over to the English and see where they go.
Since I wasn't allowed to do my own, and I would have done the Antigua national anthem, by the way, I think the most important or impactful national anthem that I see is, oh, Canada. I love it when they sing it. You know why? You know why? Let me give you the context. Because most of the time when they sing the national anthem, the person only sings about a line and a half, and the stadium and the people sing it back to them. That, for me, is real passion. I've only watched the national anthem once, and it's made my hairs
I bet it's
stand up
great
on my
in
arms.
those netball arenas. I bet it's great.
Hey, it's incredible for the Toronto Raptors.
You're never getting your citizenship in America.
You can say what you want,
the
bro.
wrong country.
You can say what you want.
Right,
I've been
on to the
twerking for a minute, look.
We know.
Okay, next question. Who is more important for their team's success, Harry Kane or Lamine Yamal?
Oh, that's not even difficult.
And we don't need to draw here. We can just write. You know, we don't need Marco trying to draw
be
Lamine
offensive.
Yamal. Who was it? Someone actually drew Harry Kane once.
That's what I was trying to do.
It was very impressive. I think it was Jeff.
He's going to put the teeth. Might as well avoid it.
Do you want to go again, Marco, or you want me to go?
Go.
If you're ready, Ian, you.
I shall reveal Sir Harry Kane. I think he's more important. I think without the goals, England don't get anywhere near the end of the World Cup. I think you're smiling because you know that as well, Hannah, that Harry Kane's massively important to have successful in England's qualification, and also getting into the knockout stages is going to be, but then the road to the final is not easy. They need him scoring goals.
JD's changed his answer. Kane, a lot of the reason why Ian said, also the backup to him. If Kane goes down, I'm very scared. I think he is the best striker in the world. Having had a team that played against him, you could realize what he does, the way that he drops in. And I think also Tuchel built the team around him a little bit with the players that he has, the runners in behind.
And
I think it fits
And his
Kane.
scoring ratio is ridiculous.
One of the best seasons he's ever had.
I've changed and I've gone Lamine Yamal. And let me explain to you why. Because I actually think this is the most important tournament that he's going to have at any point probably in his career, because it's his introduction. And now the rest of the world is waiting. We've seen the Wonder Kid. We've seen what he's done in terms of European Championships and whatever else. But this is now with the world's eyes on you. And also coming into it, carrying maybe a slight injury, I believe that this is an important moment for him. So I actually think he's more integral for the team, not necessarily because he's required more for the team, but it's actually more important for him to turn around and showcase what he can do.
His most important tournament at 18 years old?
Yes. You only get one chance at first impression.
Yeah, but everyone could, if he doesn't do well, we'll say, okay, he's 18 years old.
Can Spain
so
win it?
No.
If he doesn't play, can Spain win it?
If he doesn't play?
Yeah.
For what, play period?
Yeah.
Can Spain win the tournament?
Yeah.
No.
They need him to win it.
Yes. Okay. And the only reason why I say that is because Spain have everything, but the only question mark I have over Spain, which they've proven in tournaments before, that they don't necessarily lead in number 9. I don't think Lamine Yamal is going to play the number 9 position, but he will be the most effective person in the final third for them.
More than Kane for England.
Well, listen, you already told me today that England's not winning the World Cup. You actually said to me Haiti was going further than Kane, so what difference does it make if they're only getting crashed out in the group? Yeah, what difference does it make?
All right, we've got differing opinions there. We've got to move on, everyone. Which 40-year-old will have the biggest impact? Will it be Edin Dzeko from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ronaldo from Portugal, or Luka Modric from Croatia?
The biggest impact?
I went with Luka Modric. Having watched him and covered him all year long, just to see the professionalism and the hunger that he had, you have to remember last year he made a decision. He didn't go to Saudi Arabia for the money. He went to Milan to play at a competitive level. Even when he fractured his face, he was forcing Allegri to play him and get in the mat and get into it. It shouldn't be a surprise anymore because Croatia has finished 3rd in the last World Cup, 2nd in the previous one. So they're not a surprise anymore. But for me, it's all about Luka Modric.
Marco, you were just in Croatia last week, so I don't know if that's a bit biased.
A little bit. I would love to see them win. It'd be amazing.
I don't know if the lighting can catch it, but I'm trying to say CR7. And the only reason why I'm backing it and saying CR7 is because, and this is the game within the game, Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy is already cemented. There's no two ways about it. He's going to go down as the greatest goal scorer of all time in terms of as a forward and what he creates in world football. But there is something missing that his rival has collected. And I feel like when you're at the upper echelons, I'm talking about the 1%, which these guys were talking about with Messi and Ronaldo, I just don't know he wants to see a career out and not win a World Cup. See, CR7.
I have the same CR7, and the reason why I have it is because they could face each other in the knockout rounds.
Going to the finals,
I think it's in Kansas City as well. The game would be taking place in Kansas City. And then, of course, you have the Ronaldo-Messi, which would most likely be the last time we'll see them face off against each other, certainly on this stage. I actually have Portugal going further in the competition than Argentina. So therefore, CR7. And your question was 40-year-olds, right?
You put Neuer.
Neuer, yeah. I mean, for Germany, like, they need the goalkeeper to be absolutely on fire as well.
Okay.
No love for Dzeko, but Dzeko's going to be important.
Yeah, no one put him. Just want to read out a comment, everybody. Trauma. Elite national anthem analysis. Well done, boys.
Yeah. Thanks.
Who was that from? The control room?
Bucket. Okay, then everybody, we're going to take a quick break here on Morning Footy. We've got much more 48 Nations on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the running man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into Morning Footy 48 Nations. Let's take a look at some of the top social moments that we've been seeing as the world